Alright, let's begin. Dr. Magician and the White Man. Let's begin. Let's start with Dr. Magician. Victor King was a classmate and the best friend of Oliver Grimm. One day, Victor's face was horribly disfigured when a science experiment went wrong. Since then, he has developed a hatred on Oliver Grimm. He made a deal with an entity that has silently manipulated events for thousands, hundreds, and millions of years. Victor was given the knowledge of both the past and the present, but also archery. Victor learned that he was one of the one of the descendants of the historical Arthur King. Victor, after taking archery lessons, took on the identity of Dr. Magician. So when he and Oliver Grimm, who at this point became Emerald Rock, fought, Dr. Magician was able to easily handle him pretty easily. Dr. Magician is an amalgam of Dr. Doom from Marvel and Merlin from DC. Dr. Magician is like a magician, uses tricks, but not like what you would see from like magic tricks. He would do stuff like archery tricks. Like at first, he would fire what would look like, let's say, a razor sharp arrow. You catch it, and it somehow just explodes in your hand. Yet there's no explosive. It's tricks like that. He is really powerful, as he has magical powers. Dr. Magician also possesses what's known as, in DC and Marvel, also possesses some, is one of the most skilled archers, I meant. Emerald Rock is one of the most skilled archers in the universe. Almost even, I would actually say he's even more arch. He's actually better than Dr. Magician. And yet Dr. Magician can still hold his own. Like Emerald Rock, like Oliver can fire like 29 arrows. Like Oliver Grimm can do like maybe even 300 arrows in less than 2 minutes. Dr. Magician can do legit the same. So even though I would still say Oliver Grimm is the better archer, Dr. Magician is still a really good archer. He's almost on par with Oliver Grimm. Dr. Magician also possesses the same powers Dr. Doom has in the comics, where he has like magic and science. Dr. Magician has the same thing. Only difference, he also uses archery skills as well. Now let's go on to the White Mad. Now, Sarah Whitegon was a inhuman who went through mental surgery on her brain. Sarah had telepathy and mind-controlling abilities that usually went out of control, and sometimes she was even able to do it. Sarah was one of the few people that went to the same rocket that granted Oliver Grimm his powers. But went in and obviously was on an island. But Sarah went crazy, lost her sanity. She became almost like a supervillain. She went crazier. And her sister Laura Blackagar, developed the same powers, that they both had the Canary Cry. But Sarah went more into the dark realm, went more and more into the insanity. Where Oliver and Laura and Oliver's sister decided to leave Sarah because she was too crazy for them. As the other three were not driven insane, Sarah was. Because of that even made Sarah's insanity even more, and it made a hatred on Oliver and Laurel. Until However, Dr. Magician was able to recruit her into his league. Um, and at that point, Dr. Magician, when they returned, um, Sarah took up the identity of White Mad and eventually became Dr. Magician's girlfriend, partner, and frequently partners with him. Now, in terms of powers and abilities, White Mad has the same type of powers that Maximus the Mad has, which are telepathy, and it is like an insanely good mastermind. She also has received training from Dr. Magician as well. Mainly because of the fact that alone, the White Mad is is a skilled fighter alone. But when she received training from Dr. Magician, alone, she's like next level. Backdoor was not able to stop her in a skilled hand-to-hand fight. Neither was Supervillain, and those two are like the top 5 best fighters. I would put those like maybe in the top 10 best fighters. So alone, Backdoor and Supervillain were not able to take down White Man in like a normal, more hand-to-hand combat. Now, White Man also has something else, and that is a Canary Cry. Now, one thing the White Canary doesn't have in the comics, which in my opinion she technically should have, and that is a Canary Cry. This is it's not like Black Canary's Canary Cry or Black Bolt's screams or yells, but it is closer to both of them. First off, White Man, every time she screams and yells, well, the more time she screams, the more damage it causes. If she whispers, that alone would is like alone to break bones, and she can even do that really good. Now, one thing I did say is that that White Man is actually Dr. Magician's girlfriend. This is the one thing that I don't understand why it hasn't happened in DC Comics. But yeah, we all know about Green Arrow and Black Canary, right? Yeah, an iconic relationship. But one thing that's always bugged me is why not have Merlin in the White Canary? White Canary is technically considered to be Black Canary's nemesis, and so I think it makes sense that White Canary would be the girlfriend of Merlin. Merlin's the arch enemy of Green Arrow. But apparently it never happens because, of course, continuity issues. But still. Anyways. Now, one thing about these two that makes them interesting as villains, well, not interesting, my man, is that the stuff that these two have is that there was a time Dr. Magician and White Man actually had. One thing about Dr. Magician and White Man, is that they actually do have a son. This is kind of like mirroring the time I think Green Arrow and Black Canary had a child, I think. But I know. Or someone else. Well, yeah, I think it was Green Arrow, Black Canary. And also, yeah. But one thing about the White Man that also makes a really good, cool foe, what makes them both really good villains and more interesting villains, is that they're both personal. White Man and her has like 12 brothers, like how the White Canary has the 12 brothers of Silk that are also her brothers. White Man also has that. And because Black Bolt and Maximus the Man are brothers in the comics, in this one we have White Man who is sisters with Canary Bolt, because obviously Canary Bolt is obviously an amalgam of Black Canary and Black Bolt. So it makes sense that 12 brothers in Silk would also be the brothers of Canary Bolt. It's kind of confusing, yeah. Now, if I have to do a nitpick or something I don't like, and that is that Dr. Magician is a Emerald Rock villain. White Man is a Canary Bolt villain. And they're the same, so what? What's the difference? Well, unlike Hawkman and Hawkgirl, who obviously it would make sense that they would have the same rogues gallery, White Man, Canary Bolt, doesn't have the same rogues gallery as uh, Oliver Grimm or Emerald Rock. Emerald Rock and Canary Bolt have two separate foes, have so many different villains. So alone, you're kind of wondering, okay, why do they have so many almost the same rogues galleries? That's because that's the one thing I really don't like about Emerald Rock and Canary Bone is that their rogues galleries can be considered to be the same even though they're completely different. Like Emerald Rock, you have this electric guy. Canary Bone, you have this fire guy. They could still be considered villains for both of them. And so I think that's a big problem. Other than that, I actually really do like Dr. Magician and White Man. I think it makes sense why they are their arch enemies instead of their reasons in the comics. But anyways, tell me what you think about both these characters in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, please share this video, please hit that notification bell, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.